Hey everybody, I want to show you around this site called Mathigon.org. It's called the Mathematical Playground. I would probably call it the Mathematical Recreation Center because there's just so much to do on this website. It offers free tools, courses, and manipulatives. So for math, to make a lot of things visual. So let's head on in and let's sign in. It says to sign in with one. I'll do it with my Google account. And then we get to this page. So that when you look up here, there are four different tabs to go through. I'm going to go from left to right, and let's explore what's going on this site. So this is actually the lessons page that shows up. And if you scroll down, you can see on this left-hand side that there's different ways that you can search up. So if you want to look for just tutorials or just teaching ideas, but I clicked them all so that we can see what's all available in here. So there's a whole bunch of different lessons that you can set up for your kids. I like this one because this is one that I actually do with my class, but I never did it on the computer. But if you look through here, you just have to click on any of these and you can set this up for your students. And it's a very interactive site here. So I see one blue square, so I can put in 1 as a student and I would enter, yay, I got that right. Count up how many reddish squares there are, and I see that there's 8. Yay, I got that one right too. And so there's a total of 9. Yay. And then you would keep on going through here, and eventually students would start to realize that there's some patterns involved with every time the figure gets larger and larger. And so it's a way to start off lessons and then have some more meaningful talks about math about them. So let's go back to the lesson site. So you can see that they're organized by these little tabs so that you know that, okay, this has to do with geometry, where this is probability, and this is more of a game, where this one is probably more of a lesson. So what else I like about this part of the site is that there's this Explorer workshops, tutorials, and PD events. If you click in there, you can find out all of these different tutorials on how to use Mathigon. I would click into here because I teach middle school. And then it's very specific towards some of the middle school capabilities and different things that you would do with the middle school students. As we venture further over here, we click on activities. And this is more of the game kind of side of the site. Mathigon is really known for their multiplication by heart. You click in there and it's kind of like a fact fluency that kids can do every single day and then kind of get better and better at it as they go. But if you look down here, there's like origami, we can look at tangram builder. So just kind of some fun stuff that you can do, build into your lessons. As we continue here, we've got courses. Now let's look into here. So courses, there's a number of different types, but as you scroll through, there's middle school and for high school. But let's look at what maybe one of these looks like. So let's look into this. This has a very Khan Academy kind of feel to it. So students would start going through here. Once they're done that, they move on to the next lesson. You can see that's pretty interactive and it's colorful and it'll teach them some of the divisibility rules. And you would just progress through the lessons. Next thing that I want to show you, so we'll go back to the courses and see that there's different ones. But next thing I want to show you is the meat and potatoes of this site, and it is the polypad. Now I've created an example for us to look at. So I'm going to load that up right now. And we're going to scroll in a little bit more. I'm kind of a touchy mouse, so here we go. So with this site, all of these things that I've loaded into this page, if you go to this section, this is where the manipulatives are. So you've got these different sections. So geometry, you can look at shapes and drag them on, which I've done here. If you want to go into perhaps some numbers and you can get some of the number tiles and cubes, and they act like you just actually drag them on. That's very simple as how it goes. But once you have them on this kind of blank canvas, when you click on them, there's this little toolbar thing that comes up of what you can do with this. So I could cut this and let's slash it there, and then you can kind of take some of the parts of it apart. So same thing with this. Option is to cut, and I can slash it and I can look at the different parts. On this one here, we'll just move this one over. We can look at, hey, this is a stack of 10, and I can split it to realize, oh, like 10 of these will become this. So same thing over here, we can split this up and realize, oh, those are 10 of those. And the hundreds cube does the same type of idea. So let's merge them back together. So that is some of the tiles. The other awesome thing that I find is that you can use these prime factor circles. So we can go into right here. I copied them on here, and to copy you just press it and then you press a letter C and delete when you don't want to do that. But you can actually extract some of the factors out. So it means like, oh, so 2 times 200 is actually 400, 2 times 168 is 336. And you can keep on doing this with each number, where you start to take out all the similar colors. So there's a lot of 2s here. And then once you put them on top of each other, they automatically and magically add up. And so you can eventually find out what is the greatest common factor between these two numbers of 16. So that's kind of a fun idea. And again, it's just taking things and dragging and dropping them on. Next thing is you can get in the probability section. Down over here, you can put on some dice and you can roll them. And this is a net actually that you can unfold. So, and then you can put it back together again. You can actually have students create their own nets and see if they'll fold. Ooh, what's this one? Let's see this unfold. Ooh, that's so pretty. Once you get into the charts and statistics part, so that's where I put this here. But I also took one of the tables from the algebra part and put it here. So I preloaded some information in A, B, 2, and 4. But if you look at here, this doesn't match up. But you just take this little blue thing, boom. So just it's really cool, all the different things to interact with on this site. And yeah, you just kind of play around and have fun with it. Oh, I forgot to show you down here. So you can build in equations as well. So I can write 2x plus, let's say plus 2 equals, let's call it 6. And then you can also start building stuff with your equations. So again, so much to do and so little time to explain it all. But I hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of what you can do to show students some of the manipulatives and guide them in some lessons. Thanks for listening. Bye.